If you feel like giving up, watch this. There comes a point where the weight becomes too much. It's not always dramatic. It's not a car crash or a screaming match. Sometimes it's quiet. It creeps in slowly. The missed messages, the lack of motivation, the way the morning light feels more like a burden than a beginning. That's what it felt like for me. I wasn't drowning in tragedy. I was just done, exhausted. Like no matter how much I tried, life was stuck on pause, and I didn't have the remote. It felt like the universe was whispering, "You don't matter." And worse, I started to believe it. The hardest part wasn't the failure. It wasn't people leaving. It wasn't even the constant setbacks. The hardest part was losing myself in the process. I didn't recognize the version of me that stared back in the mirror. Not driven, not hopeful, just existing. Everyone around me kept moving, chasing dreams, posting highlights, and there I was, static, numb. People say just push through, but they don't tell you what to do when your soul feels too tired to even try. That was my reality, alive but not living. Then one night, something strange happened. I was scrolling endlessly, like always, chasing distractions. And then I landed on a video, some random creator talking about purpose. He said something so simple: you don't have to fix your life all at once, just survive today. And it hit me. Maybe I didn't have to carry everything. Maybe I didn't need a 5-year plan or an overnight miracle. Maybe I just needed to keep breathing just one more day. That single idea cracked open a window in a room I thought was permanently sealed shut. The next morning, I didn't feel brand new. I didn't rise with fire in my chest, but I made my bed. I took a shower. I sat down and opened my laptop, not to conquer the world, but just to try. That was it. Just try. Every day after that, I did one more thing. I wrote. I edited. I reached out. I didn't look for applause, and I didn't expect results. I was just reclaiming tiny pieces of myself with every action. And slowly, those little acts became momentum. It wasn't magic, it was movement. Eventually, I started seeing signs of life in me again. I smiled without forcing it. I had ideas, real ones. I wanted to create, not for validation, but because there was something inside me worth sharing. The people who stayed in my life noticed. The people who left, I stopped chasing them. I realized healing isn't loud. It's quiet, slow, often invisible. But it's real. It's real when you choose to try, when you choose to stay, when you choose you, despite everything telling you to give up. I'm not here to tell you life gets easier. I'm not going to sell you a happy ending tied in a bow. Life will challenge you again and again. But here's what I learned. Strength isn't always power. It's persistence. It's the decision to keep going when giving up would be so much easier. It's finding reasons, no matter how small, to hold on. Some days my reason was just this. I hadn't told my story yet, and maybe someone out there needed it. Maybe you needed it. So if you're on the edge right now, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, please hear this. Your story isn't over. You don't have to win today. You don't have to fix it all. You just have to breathe and choose not to quit. And maybe one day your story will be the reason someone else keeps going. I stayed. I kept going. And I promise you, on the other side of pain, there's purpose. The world needs your voice. So if you feel like giving up, don't. Not today. There's a lie that the world keeps selling, that you have to be successful to matter. That unless you've made it, your story isn't worth hearing. But the truth is, some of the most powerful stories are the ones still being written. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't need a viral moment or a highlight reel. What you need, what we all need, is to believe that simply showing up is enough. Because it is. It always has been. There's so much strength in just choosing to stay in the game. I want to tell you something I wish someone told me. You're not weak for struggling. You're not broken because you feel lost. Those emotions, that fatigue, that sadness, it doesn't make you any less of a person. If anything, it makes you real. And real people, flawed, uncertain, vulnerable, are the ones who shape the world in meaningful ways. Your pain might not make sense right now, but that doesn't mean it's pointless. It might be the very thing that forges your strength, your purpose, your story. And you know what else? You're not alone. That's the part we often forget. When we're deep in the struggle, it feels like we're the only ones sinking. But there are people out there, maybe even watching this, who have felt what you're feeling. People who found light after the darkness. People who didn't give up. And now they're living proof that hope is real. That recovery is possible. That joy, peace, purpose, they can come back. Maybe not all at once, but they do return.